where in Genesis 32, Jacob went on his way and the angels of God met him. Verse 1, Genesis 32:1. And so when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mahanaim, or however how you pronounce it, which means two armies or double camp. And so I looked at this. It starts off, 32:1 starts off with, he sees God's angels and he says, surely this is two armies. So if there's God's angels and it's two armies, then that means it's two sides. So he says, it starts off with God. Jacob went on his way and the angels of God met him. And then he says, and when Jacob saw them, he said, this is God's host. In other words, these belong to God. Two armies, double camp. He called the name of that place Mahanaim, meaning two armies, which means there's what people traditionally would say, angels and demons.
Right. Right.
What people would say, they're fighting against each other.
Yeah.
What we traditionally would think that they're warring against each other. No. The war is within us, but they are both assigned by God. So Jacob, on his way, saw the angels, and he says, surely this is God's host. This is all destined by God. And then he goes on and says, and Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, thus shall you speak unto my lord Esau, thy servant Jacob. Now it's funny because Jacob recognizes messengers or angels from God, two armies. But now, naturally, he's recognizing also messengers. He sends out messengers to go and check out Esau. Just like how God sends out angels to, represent or send out to see what things we doing. Jacob and Esau are twins. They're brothers, they're one. However, they're separate because one is operating one way, another one's operating another way, and he sends out messengers to this way. And he sends the messages to this way to bring them back to the oneness. And so you look at this whole situation, in a nutshell, Jacob is, you see where he wrestles with an angel. After he goes through and 32, he sends messages and he sends all these people out expecting the worst, expecting that, just in case Esau comes and he want to fight and things happen, I want to protect my peoples, and he sends all these things. And there's so many different twists and turns in the Torah that it's different pieces and twists inside. One twist is you see him set up his family. You see him set up his wife. He sets one group as his wife with group, and then he has another wife with these kids, and he has separates another wife with these kids. But the funny thing is, one of the I believe it's in 33, one of the chapters, he says he sends out 2 wives and 2 handmaids. Well, he had 3 wives, but one he didn't never send out. And the funny thing is, it was said that when she didn't get sent out, her daughter, one of the girl's daughter, Dinah, was the one that went out and started chasing after Esau, and got the one that the uncircumcised folks wanted her. And the reason being was because he didn't send her out. And she could have been the one that actually could have saved Esau, and she could have been the one that actually converted them. But since he had held her back, then it caused her now to fall. It caused her to fall. Yeah. So when you look at the story, that's one twist to the story, but that's not the road I want to go down. The road I want to go down is with Jacob wrestling with this angel. And you see here in 32, he's afraid. Jacob's afraid. He has fear. He's afraid. He doesn't know what Esau's going to do. He's not really sure what's going on. And then it says, sure, he went. We're not going to do this later. So he went down. He said, Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau's brother to the land of Seir, the country of Edom. Now it's funny because the land of Seir means horribly afraid. It means storm. It means fear. It means rough. So he says he sends his messengers before him to Esau's brother unto this land of fear, which is the country of Edom. Again, Esau's country is full of fear. Its calling card is to cause people to be afraid. Its thing is to cause fear on folks. Right. So Jacob had to overcome this fear, and so that's why he couldn't get his name changed until he overcame And so he's called Jacob, which means hang on. You know, you ask people how they doing, you know, I'm hanging in there. Yeah. We always hanging. Everything we always hanging. That's what all our sayings come from these scriptures. You know, Jacob's name means to hang in there. Heel grabber. Hold on. That's what we always doing. I'm just keep on yet holding on. That's the problem. God didn't call you to hold on. Right. Every time, how you doing? Just hanging in there. I mean, that's not what you call to do. Right. Hanging in there. Holding on. Just yet still keep on holding on. And so we're trained in this, but we don't understand. We just don't have any understanding. So we always holding on. And so Jacob's holding on. But what God is calling Jacob to is to overcome. I'm not calling you to I'm not calling you to be a heel grabber. I'm calling you to be an overcomer. So he runs into this angel at night. Now you understand, again, the host of God's army, there's two angels. Jesus talked about working while it's day because at nighttime no man can work. Well, Jesus' job was to work while it's day. In other words, I've overcome, so while it's day, it's my job to work. But at night, at nighttime is when I get my look at this, it's when I get my rest, but at the same time, it's when I get my teaching or my ability to overcome. It's when I get my test. So you see here, Jacob, it says here, after he was afraid, he went in 32 and he divided the people that was with him. And they said, Esau, come to one company and smite. Let's go down, keep reading. And he goes down to verse 24 of 32, just 32, 24. And Jacob was left alone. This is here. And Jacob was left alone. And there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. Now it's nighttime. Work while it's day, but when nighttime comes, no man can work. So nighttime comes, he's left alone. He's by himself. Nothing. Then he comes and says, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of dawn, a day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, when this man saw that he didn't prevail against Jacob, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaks. And he said, let me go, for the day breaks. And he said, I will not let you go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is your name? And he said, Jacob. He said, what's your name? He said, my name is hanging in there. And he said, thy name shall be no more called hanging in there, but your name shall be called overcomer. For as a prince has thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. So see, and he says, look, while you was hanging in there as a prince, the God didn't call you, he said, out of your loins shall be kings. That's what he talks about later on, a couple of chapters later. Not a prince. See, a prince is hanging in there waiting to be in a position to be king. That's what a prince does. A prince hangs in there. Because someday I'm going to overcome and be king. So he says, as a prince has thou power with God and with man. You hanging in there with God and you hanging in there with man. And has prevailed. You prevailed. You have made it hanging in there. He said, and Jacob asked him and said, tell, I pray thee, thy name. He said, wherefore is it that you ask my name? He says, what difference does it make who I am? And he blessed him there. Now you understand this what happened. It's just keeping Jacob called the name of that place Peniel. You know, Peniel means face of God or appear. And my life is preserved. Again, the New Testament says it does not yet appear what we shall be. But when he shall appear, the problem is that it does not yet appear what we shall be because we haven't overcome our hanging in there. So it does not yet appear what we shall be because he called that place Peniel, which means to appear. Or the face of God. I've seen God. He's appeared. I understand. Because in my hanging in there, I haven't overcome. I haven't prevailed hanging in there.
Yes.
What we were trying to do is we're trying to overcome. We're trying to be kings, but we ain't even overcome hanging in there. Because while we hanging in there, we struggling with the wrestling. See, the angel of it says the angel of the Lord, he says he wrestled with this angel. People look at this like he wrestled with an angel of God that was, like Jesus, he wrestled with the Lord, The angel he wrestled with would be the devil. Yeah. it would be the dark angel. It was actually Esau's angel. Who he wrestled with was Esau's angel. He wrestled with the natural. He wrestled with the dark side. See, what he had to overcome was his dark side, his natural self. So what he wrestled with was he wrestled Esau's angel. And Esau's angel, if he overcame Esau's angel, which is natural, then the spiritual angel will come, which would be the God light angel, to change his name. Right. This angel didn't change his name. The angel just said you qualify for a name change. This is what this angel said. It's not who I am. Yes. It's what you just overcame. Yes. See, you've prevailed hanging in there. Yes. Even though I caused situations to be jacked up. Yes. You've been hanging in there and I caused you to limp. Yes. But you hung in there. Yes. 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 Jesus. I caused things to happen to you that was bad, but you hung in there. Yes. 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 See, people say, oh, the devil this, the devil that. You understand? The devil, Satan, all of it, whatever's bad, was ordained by God to see if you would hang in there. Yes. Yes. So he runs into this angel and he wrestles with him. Because with people say, I'm restless. I don't feel right. I'm restless. That's because this angel was coming to sit whether or not you can overcome hanging in there. Because if you can overcome hanging in there, if you're faithful over little, if you're faithful over just hanging in there, then he said, I will now cause you to have a name change and make you an overcomer. So this is what he said. So what happens is that the angel wrestles with us. A lot of times we wrestle and we quit. So what happens is we may quit, but then you're going to have to pick her back up with the wrestling match. You can't overcome this. You ain't getting there till you can overcome wrestling in this thing. Then after you wrestle in whatever you're wrestling with in this, then you're going to have to overcome another thing. Because now I'm going to pop your joint. Now you can't walk, but can you still hang in there? So he's in there wrestling with this angel, and then things looking bad, and he's wrestling, he can't overcome. Then he says, this guy is still hanging in there. Let me pop his joint. Sound like a story called a man named Job, where he says, Job ain't going to serve you for nothing. Job ain't going to serve you for nothing. Let me pop his joint. Let me wrestle with him for a little bit. So he wrestles with Job. And then Job wrestles with Job. And he says, okay, now let me pop his joint out of loose. Because he did this, and Job still hung in there. His wife says, I quit. I don't want to hang in there no more. But Job said, I'm going to hang in there. So Job hangs in there, and then he says, okay, he's hanging, but let me pop his joint loose. Now he going to definitely quit now. He said, he ain't going to quit. Quit, do whatever you want to do to him. Just don't kill him. But you can pop his joints loose. You can pop his thigh loose. You can do whatever you want to do to him. But he is Jacob. He is a hanger in there. What I'm doing is I'm not trying to get you to hang in there. I called you to overcome. But I want you to hang in there till I know that you help prevail hanging in there. Yes, 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 yes. So you got to understand that the blesser, he's looking for a blessing from the one that's there to test him. So if I can overcome the wicked one is going to be the one that says yes or not, whether or not he's ready. Yeah, there you go. See, the one we want to argue with and fight with and rebuke and say this, that, that's why when he came down to the scripture where he said, the Lord rebuke you. In other words, the Lord has to deal with you because you and him got some type of agreement that when you realize I prevail, you go back and tell him he's ready. We sit here fighting a person who ain't. That's why I said God for you, who could be against you. If God is for you, who could be against you? So if God is for me, that means I ain't got nothing against me. Everything that does come against me is not there to come against me, but it's there to push me to overcome. So we wrestle with things. That's why Scripture says we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Well, we wrestle. See, we look at that stuff and we say we wrestle against principalities and rulers of darkness and all this stuff. So what? They're there to promote you.
There you go. There you go.
But you're sitting there acting as if you're there to fight them.
Yeah.
Jacob did not fight with the angel. He just hung in there. He wasn't trying to fight the angel. See, we see stuff when we fight and trying to fight. I'm going to fight this thing. Your job is not to fight. Your job is to hang in there.
Yeah.
You fighting something you can't win. So just hang in there. Let them throw punches. Let them sucker punch you. Bleed a little bit. Go ahead and limp a little bit. But hang in there. That's why Jesus could turn the other cheek. That's why they can beat him and smack him. But he realized this ain't nothing but a sent on to me by my Father. They smacking me around. They crucifying me. They doing all this stuff. But it's part of the overcoming. Because if I don't go through this, I won't overcome. That's why it says be of good cheer, for I've overcome the world. Because I got to go through this. Because this is nothing but my angel that I got to wrestle with. That's why it says work while it's day. Because at nighttime, I can't work. That's why they crucified in the evening time. Because my time is up. Because now I can't fight. I got to sit here and take whatever they give me because my overcoming, my joy comes in the morning. So I got to go through this now because this is, I just got to hang in there. I don't have to fight. I just got to hang in there. I just got to hang. That's all I got to do. I just got to hang. I ain't got to fight. I ain't got to move. I ain't got to do nothing. I just got to hang in there. While all this stuff is going on, I'm trying to fight and this ain't time to fight. This time to just hang in there. Hold on. That's all you got to do. Wait for him to change your name.
Yes.
Hold on. That's all you got to do. Is just hold on. Hold on. I didn't tell you to do nothing else. Just hold on, Jacob. See, Jacob didn't already have his plans together. Jacob didn't already set stuff and had in his mind what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this up and set this up. So we got to understand, Esau came back happy because Jacob overcame. All he had to do was hang in there. Once he hung in there, Esau came back like nothing ever happened. The reason why Esau, as you see later on in scripture, where they kept overcoming Israel, because Israel didn't hang in there. Israel wanted to start doing what everybody else was doing. Why? Because the situation didn't look right. So when you're in the wilderness, it don't look right in the wilderness. Let's start doing what everybody else doing. See, you didn't overcome. All you had to do was hang in there. The wilderness, all you had to do was hang in there. But you want to act like everybody else. So now I'm going to send Esau to come and overcome you because you didn't overcome Esau's angel. See, we can't overcome our own little issues, so people overcome us because we haven't overcome the angel that represents the people. See, Jacob wrestled Esau's angel. It was the carnal folks' angel. If I can overcome what's being done to me and just hang in there, then the people in turn will switch because my wrestling is not with flesh and blood. Flesh and blood is simply what I'm looking at to see what's happening in the unseen. So if I can overcome Esau's angel, then I'll overcome Esau. But we trying to overcome Esau, not understanding that it ain't a flesh and blood battle. Your fight is not what you see. It ain't even a fight. All you got to do is hang in there. But we got a fighter's mentality. We fighters. We got to fight. Because I got to fight. I got to always fight. I didn't cause you to fight. I caused you to fight the good fight of faith. In other words, hang in there. It does not yet appear what we shall be. But if I hang in there, then I see it as it really is. Hang in there. That's all he said. Hang in there. Hang in there. Prevail. It's not no fight. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's got to hang in there. That's all I got to do. All I got to do is hang in there. I've been saying it all week, man. I kept feeling like I've been dreaming it. I'm saying it. It's like, yo, we working too hard. We doing too much. Just hang in there. Do whatever comes to you. Just hang in there. Stuff's about to get easy. It's about to come stuff going on. Everything works out for you. It's just you're an overcomer. Just overcome. And that's what it is. Just hang in there. Wait till your name change. Overcome. When your name changed to Israel. And see, your name doesn't change to Israel till you begin to understand who Abraham and Isaac is. Because the funny thing was, Abraham never wrestled with an angel. Isaac never wrestled with an angel. But Jacob wrestled with an angel. Because God's whole plan was to get people, or get the nation name they chose was Israel, overcomers. That's who I chose. I chose overcomers. So Abraham didn't have to wrestle with an angel.
That's right.
Because Abraham's purpose was to show or demonstrate faith, kindness, love. See, Abraham was like the spirit. Abraham's job was to show and demonstrate faith and demonstrate the spirit of the kindness of love. Isaac was more of the works, service. But Jacob was the sound of both. Was the one that brought Torah into the whole existence. The one that was to birth Israel as a nation. So he had to wrestle because he had to overcome all these natural feelings and all these things and all these desires and all his mind. He had to overcome all this stuff. So he had to wrestle. And that's the thing. If you can defeat and just hang in there, because you beat something by hanging in there.
Yes.
I ain't moving until you bless me.
Yeah.
I ain't coming off of it till you bless me. I'm not fighting you. I will hold on until you bless me. I'm going to hold and hang in there until you bless me. I ain't coming off of it never until you bless me. I ain't moving until you bless me. And he says, man, you got to let me go because it's daytime. In other words, the sun is getting ready to shine. And light is getting ready to shine in darkness. That's why even when it came to the birth of Jesus, it came to think and said, look, light has come into the world, but the world did not overpower it.
Yeah.
Because the environment can overpower what's inside you, but it can't when it's true light.
When it's true light. Glory be to God.
You can't overcome this. So all I got to do is hang in there and wait till the light starts shining through, because nighttime is over. It is almost 6 o'clock. And when the light come in, no darkness can be around. And when light comes, all darkness leaves, and all of a sudden the same folk that was tripping will be the same folk that'll start smiling at you. That's all bipolar this is. Bipolar ain't nothing but somebody who in dark and light and don't know which way to go. But when light shines, can't no darkness be there, and everything just gonna be laughing and smiling, and everything's cool. Everybody like you. Everybody all on your side. Everything is cool. Oh man, you the greatest. Oh, what's going on? Because it's light. That's why Jesus didn't get caught up in all the, oh, you the greatest, you this and that. That's all right. No, I got to work while it's day.
Yeah.
Because when nighttime, y'all niggas ain't going to know me.
Yeah, come on now.
Because you're going to change and flip a switch, Peter.
Yeah, come on now.
You with me as long as it's daytime. But when nighttime comes, I don't know who you are. I don't know who he is. But that's your time to hold on and prevail so that you can overcome. Because be of good cheer, I've already overcome the world. And that's what he came to show us. I've overcome the world already. Be of good cheer. I showed you how to do it. I showed you how to overcome the world. How to overcome the world. Hang in there.
Wow. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Thank you, Father.
Seasons change on its own without you having nothing to do with it.
Right.
The problem is that we trying to dictate and change the seasons. You don't dictate and change seasons. You just hang in there. It ain't gonna always be night. It ain't gonna always be raining. It ain't gonna always be storms. But just hang in there. Jesus was sleeping in a boat. It was raining. It was stormy. What's you doing? We're gonna die. What are you sitting there looking? Man, what is your faith? In other words, hang in there. Hang in there. Why you quit? Cause man, it ain't working. Who said hang in there?
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Seasons gonna change. Hang in there. Man, it's crazy. He's always this. Hang in there. The only reason why folk don't experience The only reason why we haven't experienced, or we don't move the way God say move, or things don't happen, is because we don't hang in there. Only reason why we ain't hanging there.
Yeah.
We ain't hanging, just hang in there. Dad, I've been hanging for 12 years. I ain't hanging 13.
Yeah.
I ain't letting you go. Jacob hung in there for 20-some years. He was getting dirty. He was getting dirty when Laban was doing it. He was getting dirty. He was overcoming every situation. He was hanging in there. He could have quit. They did me dirty. I'm supposed to have a wife. I served you for 7 years. All right, give me another 7. Hang in there. I didn't serve for 7 years. I'm done after this. Well, then, that's bad. You didn't hang in there. And then he went through, and now give me my wages. All right, but no, you got to serve me another 7. Now, come on, man. It's 14 years. Hang in there.
Yes. Come on now.
Then he got in there, and he said, all these years I served. Give me mine. And then he goes, and now he hears Esau coming. Now it's like, oh, God, what else is next? But no, Esau ain't coming to fight you. Esau coming to do whatever you do. If you hang in there, he'll change. If you don't hang in there, he coming after you.
Come on now.
Well, however you see yourself or how you see it, that's how it's going to be. If you quit, then it's going to quit. If you hang in there, then it's going to change for your good. All things work together for good to them that love God. In other words, to them that hang in there. And to them that are called according to his purpose. So if I hang in there, it's going to work together. All I got to do is hang in there. Came out the womb hanging on. That's how we was born. We was born hanging on. Hanging on. Hanging on. See, when you hang on, when you hang on, you do tricky things. Because that's what we do. We play tricks with our bills. This we hanging on. They rob Peter to pay Paul. That's what we do. Why? Because I'm hanging in there. Let's see, if I take this and take this money and do this money, split this money around, do this money. Why? Because I'm hanging in there. That's what we do. We hang in there. I'm born hanging in there. So I'm talking, hang in there, hang in there. But if I hang in there with him and just hang in there and know that it's going to be daytime coming. Daytime coming. All I got to do is hang in there. And so his job is to throw everything at you to see whether or not you would let go.
Come on now.
That's what his job is do. That's my job. I'm an adversary. I'm an adversary. My job is to be adverse to which way you're going. I'm here to be an adversary because I'm here doing my job. You ain't got no authority to rebuke me. You ain't got no authority to rebuke me. The Lord rebuke you. If that's what he wants. Whenever it's time, the Lord rebuke you. I ain't got no job. My job ain't to rebuke Satan, and I rebuke Satan, I rebuke Satan, and Satan. You rebuke all day you want. You don't understand this is my job. You ain't the one that I listen to. I don't get my assignment from you. I get it from him. So when he say, all right, step off, then I'm stepping off. But if he say come, I don't care how much rebuking you do. You just don't understand. So God must say back off on them. They can't, because they can't handle this. I ain't gonna put on more that you can bear, so they can't handle it. Back off. But they gonna have to realize that I'm coming back because you're gonna have to handle it. And that's what Israel. You're gonna come back around this mountain again. You may get a little break, but you come back around the same point. You don't get a little break, but you come back around the same point. You don't get a little break, but you come back around the same point. Do you hang in there? And you're hanging, that's when you're learning. And your hanging is when you learn the Torah. And your hanging is when you learn the ways of God. And your hanging is when you learn how God wants things done. And your hanging is when you learn, you start to become, you becoming what it is. See, that's why you are overcoming. Because you are becoming what it is. And once I become, then I overcome. Because once I become what it is he says that I'm supposed to be, then now I will overcome. Because I got to see myself the way he sees it, but it does not yet appear. That's weird. We're running from trouble, but we should be running to it. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm trying to avoid all this stuff. No, hold on. Oh man, whatever. Hold on. I got to just hold on. This is another test. Hold on. I got to just hold on. Long as I hold on, I ain't letting you go. You can send whatever you want to send. You can knock my knees out. You can knock my ankles out, my thigh joints. You can do whatever. Call me to be blind, but I ain't letting go until you bless me. And that's what it is. Enemy. If we say enemy, Satan is the one that says whether or not you ready. That's why it goes back. He's an accuser of the brethren. He'll go back and say, nope, niggas ain't doing what he's supposed to do. He respond this way, accusing the brother all day long, accusing, making accusations. But if I can't find an accusation,
come on now. Glory, Lord.
My job is to find an accusation. And if I can't find an accusation, then all I can do, see, remind me of the Cheez-It commercial. The orange cheese is sitting there. He said, so what's up? Nothing. You reading physics? And he's sitting there like, no. And then he sees the little cartoon books, not ready, immature. That's Satan. That's Satan. He's accusing the brother, looking to see whether or not you are mature enough to handle what it is that God really got for you. So it's like, nope, not ready. And say, oh, devil, that old serpent, Satan, that old Satanist thing, I'm trying to do this and that. That's exactly what he's doing. You're right. That's his job. Exactly. He's doing his job. Exactly. That's what he's doing. Satan's job is to make the check. Nope. They ain't ready. The brothers ain't doing it. Accusing the brother. And God said, no. He brought an accusation against you, but I've already cleansed you. But he keeps bringing accusations while y'all not operating in what I've already cleansed you in. And that's his job. Find another accusation. That's what I'm sitting there saying, man, why am I having struggling? I said, I'm now starting to overcome home, but then out there in the street, I'm having problems when I play basketball. It's like this now. It's basketball. It's my biggest thing. It's like I can't get on the court. Got all this anger and rage. I have to overcome this thing. It's like, you constantly got to overcome something. It's like, all I got to do is hang in there. I ain't going to quit. I'm going to hang in there. Because the situation, like, I'm quitting basketball. That ain't going to help. Right. It's going to come up in another situation.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So let me just deal with it in basketball. Let me just get this thing done in basketball. I got to overcome this thing in ball. I can overcome it now. The situation, I can overcome it here, and I can overcome it here. But when I get here, it's like, oh, man. It's like it all just comes. Like, it's like, no, man. That's what it is. I mean, that's why even from something he's reading, just talking about how, again, the evil, the inclination that's in us, doesn't mind, Satan, again, the evil angel, or the evil inclination, or whatever you want to call it, your flesh, natural mind, whatever, doesn't mind if you fast, don't mind if you pray, don't mind if you give, doesn't mind if you do all that. The only thing they don't want you to do, they don't want you to study the Torah and find out really what it is I'm supposed to do. Don't want you to overcome it. Don't want you to overcome, because that's the thing. That's the fight. My job is to stop you at all costs. Yeah. That's my job. I'm a defender. I am here to defend the goal line, and my job is to stop you at all costs from scoring. But if you just hang in there, and begin to just keep on doing what he said do, we're gonna inch our way down to the goal line, and ain't nothing he can do to stop. And it's like he passed. Hey, man, he overcome him. Same thing with the Adjustment Bureau. Watching the movie Adjustment Bureau, same thing. My job is to stop y'all two from coming together. I don't care what that plan say. I'm gonna get with her, and I ain't gonna stop until you bless me. I don't care at what cost. I'm getting with this girl. You can't even tell me why I can't even get with her. I don't care what it is. They did all this stuff to stop him, those stuff, and he overcame. When he overcame, those same enemies were smiling at him. Same ones that was trying to stop him was the ones that, how do you do?
Yeah, yes. Glory be to God.
Why are you smiling at the same dudes who just, because you understand you wrestling not against flesh and blood.
Right.
You're not wrestling against them.
Right.
There's something behind the scene that controls them.
Glory be to God.
They ain't nothing but our robots. So we are in them little vessels being controlled by the unseen. I'll next you. I got to get behind the scene. You ain't my problem. It's the one controlling you. So if I can overcome it, I can overcome you. You ain't the problem. It's the one behind the scene. I got to overcome something that ain't seen. And that's what it is. The problem is inside me. I got a problem within me. And that same angel that's trying to stop me is the same one, because me and you are the same. Esau, you still a saint. You a son of Abraham just like I am. You the same dude as me. I just got to overcome the nature of you that's in me. Because we got the same nature. But if I can overcome this nature, then it'll cause you to be right in front of me. What you do when I'm gone, I don't know. But when I'm in front of me, you're going to act right. In front of me, you're going to straighten up because I'm the overcomer. So I don't care what you do. 1,000 may fall by my left and 10,000 by my right, but they ain't going to come nigh me because I overcame. So it may be his test when I'm gone. But as long as I'm here, ain't nothing going down. Because I know it came. That's why with Jacob, no, me and you can't, we ain't going to be together. Just let me go, keep on moving. Let me keep moving. Let me keep on moving. Sure, I'll roll with you. No, you don't have to roll me. So that's what you do when you're wise and wise. You know that I can't hang with you forever. But let me just go. Let me roll out. Let me just go ahead and do what I got to do. Not to offend you, but let me go. No, you see, I got all these kids, man. I got all these kids and children. The ride going to be real slow. You know, I don't want to hold you up. I know you got stuff to do, man. Just go on. Go on, man. You got stuff to do, man. Go on, man. About your business. Now I got to allow all this, man. All right, cool, man. Just go ahead, man. Hey, take these gifts, man. I know that's what you really want. I know what you want because I had to overcome that, too. I had to overcome that because I know you want stuff because I want stuff. That's why I had to overcome. I had to overcome all that, greed for me, self for me. So I know you still you, but so I'll give you gifts. And it's like, what's all these gifts? What's this? I don't want these gifts. Yes, you do. I know you want them deep down inside. You just saying you don't want them because everybody around. Oh, please, I don't need it. I got enough for me. That's the difference between their responses. Jacob says, oh, the Lord bless me. I got my kids and stuff. Esau, I got plenty, man. I got enough. I got all I need. Two different responses. One is always a response of pride. It's, I got enough, I don't need nothing. The other one is, well, God has graciously been blessed me, it's good. He had just stuff too. God blessed me with all this stuff and all this stuff. They say, hey, man, ain't got nothing to do with me. But I got plenty, I don't need nothing from you. What's all these gifts you trying to give me? Sure enough, he took them. Sure did take them. And he went on his way. Jacob like, whoo, please, let's keep on moving. Later on, as you see the same Esau, the same Edomites going after Israel again, because Israel didn't overcome. That's what it is. Every response is just a mirror. We're looking at mirrors. When we see people, you're looking at mirrors. That's all it is. Looking at mirrors. Why is this dude doing this? Why isn't he looking at me like that? I had to pull this, like we was talking about at the basketball game. What's up? Why that thing burning inside me? Looking in the mirror. Something to eat. God uses every single thing. That's what it is. It's something in you. Every little thing is, why that bother me? Why the heck is this bother? Why that response? What that do that to me? Why is that so much of a, what is this thing? What is it? It's in you.
It's in you.
Got to overcome it. It's there. You got to overcome it. It's going to always be there. You just got to overcome it. And that's what we call it. More overcome. Overcome, man. Hang in there. Well, that's all I got. Anybody got anything?
Can we get that? Like, it's on the tapes or YouTube?
No, it's on YouTube.
I'm like about to put money. I'm like, I need to get the tape.